Does the Bible ever talk about slothfulness?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does. All right. So in Proverbs 6, verse 6, all right, it says, "Go to the ant, you sloth," or some translations will even say like you slacker. Go to the ant and observe its ways and become wise. Without leader, administrator, or ruler, it prepares its provisions in summer. It gathers its food during harvest. How long will you stay in bed, you sloth, or you slacker? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arms to rest, and your poverty will come like a robber, your need like a bandit. And so in Proverbs, there's actually, about 8 different Proverbs beyond this one that speak to the idea of being slothful.
So, who wrote Proverbs?
Solomon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is interesting because
he was a very busy man.
He was in some ways, and then he wasn't in others. And so I think he actually became maybe a little slothful toward the end of his life. It definitely became slothful in regards to the things of the Lord.
So was this before he did all that or after? Okay.
Yeah. And then you also see the noun form of this in Proverbs, like chapter 19, verse 15. And there's again Proverbs 15:19, Proverbs 19:24, Proverbs 21:25, Proverbs 22:13, 24:30, 26:13, all speak of slothfulness, and a lot of times it's in contrast to the idea of what it is to live a righteous life or to live a life that is not foolish.
Okay.
And so, or I guess in this case, if you're living a slothful life, that would be living a life that is foolish. And then the New Testament speaks on it as well. And it speaks on it in a couple of different ways. So the author of Hebrews in chapter 6, verse 10, and we'll actually start in not verse 10, but we'll start in verse 11. "Now we desire each of you to demonstrate the same diligence for the full assurance of your hope until the end, so that you won't become lazy or slothful, but will be imitators of those who inherit the promises through faith and perseverance." So in the New Testament, you actually see this connected with the idea of not being lazy spiritually, not being lazy in pursuing the Lord and in loving others.